What do you tell some of the younger guys about the Islander Ranger rivalry?
We don't really have too many new guys. They've all seen it, right? So I was thinking about this morning. It's kind of weird. It's our second new arena of the year, which is pretty rare. So it'd be nice. It's, the Coliseum was good for a lot of years for those fans and stuff, but I think have some security for the fan base, and for us it's a little bit closer too, so it's kind of nice to drive there, which is nicer, so it'll be good.
Is there a level of curiosity or interest in what the arena's like, how it plays?
Yeah, of course, for sure. I think they've always had a great fan base and good support, so I'm sure it'll be no different from Islanders Rangers game. It's usually a lot of Rangers fans in the building. I remember that even when I played there, it was always a nice swarm of blue jerseys, and I'm sure it'll be no different. But yeah, it's exciting. I think, like I said, a good fan base with a deep tradition, and well deserved for them to have a home for a long time.
Thinking back to when you were a part of the organization, did you feel like this day was ever going to come?
Playing for the Rangers against the Islanders, no.
No, I mean like the new arena.
No, yeah, eventually. I mean, it's too good of a place to play, like for the fans and stuff. They're not going to move a franchise like that. So it was just a matter of time, and I'm glad they got it done.
With the way that you guys played against them at the end of the year, I know there was some disappointment about that. How much of a I mean, their team is obviously not fully what it was, but how much are you guys looking forward to maybe getting another shot at them? I
think it's a new year. I think we're a different looking team. I don't really look back to that at all. I think last year had so many abnormalities. I think that's how you say it. But you can correct that. But it was so different of a year that it is what it is. They had a great team. They had a good year. I think when we played them, we weren't fully healthy and we weren't at our best. That's for sure. And tomorrow we'll see what happens. I think it's a completely new dynamic. I think to look back to last season is rather pointless.
Obviously, they're pretty depleted because of all the guys that have COVID protocol. But does that offer an extra wrinkle for you guys or an extra challenge, since maybe these are guys that you don't know very well?
No, not at all. I think they're a team that they'll probably play a pretty similar style no matter who's in the lineup. They've got a great coaching staff and good structure and good veteran guys there that, like I watched their game the other day, they didn't really, although they're missing their guys, they play the same way. They play hard and stuff like that. So I don't think we approach it any differently. Our job is to go in there and just play our game. And I said this the other day, I think it's more about what we do this season and trying to get some consistency game to game for us rather than worrying about other teams.
What kind of belief comes from the win the other night that you guys can find a way to win no matter what?
No, I think it's been there all year. I don't think it's just been that night. I think it was a really good third period. We think we pretty much dominated the whole period, whether it was, as offensive, not totally offensive domination, but like we shut them down pretty good. We clogged the neutral zone. We came back hard. We didn't give them much, and then we found a way to win. It took us a little longer than we thought, but that was a great third period, and we're confident. We've got a really good record in 1-goal games, I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, yeah, there was no doubt in our minds we were going to get the win. I think that's been a great trait of our team this season.
Is there any concern at all to play this team tomorrow, considering how many positive COVID tests that they've had, especially someone you've already had it this year?
No.
You missed a little time, Papo missed a little time, but when you've been on the ice, I think you guys have been together all straight through the season. So how do you feel like that chemistry is coming along?
Yeah, it's good. I think we've done a good job of communicating more and like trying to learn each other a little bit more, which is important. I think if you look on the ice, it looks like a little bit more cohesion and a little bit more like we're in rhythm a little bit more, and that's a good sign. I think I said from the beginning of camp that it was all of our jobs to do a good job to make it work, not just Capo's job to fit in. I think it was a responsibility of all of us, and I think we're starting to find that a little bit more. And obviously, like when you see a guy start to score a little bit like Capo is, and you see like his goal the other night, like great patience, great shot. I mean, that's world class, right? So it's obviously feels a little bit better for him probably with that little confidence now and that extra jump in his step. And I think it's just added, and I think we've been doing a good job as of late. And I think we just got to continue to get better. You can't look at the last few games and be satisfied. I think it's such a hard league. Every night you need to be ready to play. And if you think it's going to be an easy night or you're scoring or whatever and you're just going to keep rolling, that's not how it works. You got to keep the pedal down. And I think that's what we're trying to do as a line. And I think we've been doing a good job about working every day.
What have been your impressions about Jordan Hunt so far this season?
He's been awesome. I would say he's been one of our best forwards. I think he's a guy that came in here with absolutely nothing expected of him, and he's earned everything he's got. And I know his numbers, he'd probably want a little bit more, but I think his play has been a lot better than that's shown. And I've become pretty close with him, and I've been trying to tell him, like, after every game, I'd go back on the play and I'd be like, keep going, you're playing great. Like, I know it's a little bit frustrating. He was so happy to get his first one, but he's been super consistent. He works his butt off, and he brings it every day, and I think he's getting rewarded right now, which is a good thing. And it's a good sign for our team when you see a guy that comes in like him and is work his way up the lineup and earn the minutes he's getting, and earning the respect of his teammates, because he brings it every shift and every night.
As much as there was belief that Papa was improving and playing well, how much does the fact that he has scored, I think, or had points 4 games in a row, I mean, how much do you feel like that sort of gives him an air of confidence or takes a little burden off his shoulders? Yeah,
it's huge. Like, any player that at any level in any sport, I mean, you look at the stat line, right? And it's like, sometimes I like to say that sometimes it doesn't always tell the full story. Like, if you have a great game, you might have nothing on the game sheet, but the hockey gods will even themselves out. I believe that if you just keep bringing it every day, and you're going to get a lucky bounce here or there when you probably couldn't get it the game before, and just kind of the way it goes. And I think he did a good job of continuing just to work through that. I mean, it's not easy to come in and then not score for a few games, and I think he did a great job of sticking with it. He works hard, like I keep saying, and he's been rewarded. So, like, the key now is just to keep it going, right? Like, I mean, we can look back and say what he did or didn't do. I think he did a great job of finding a way out of it, and now he looks super confident, and it's just about continuing to work every day. And when you're in the top 6 in the NHL, there's no easy nights, and you got to play against great players all the time. So it's a matter of keep building and keep getting better.
Is he noticeably to you more aggressive on the forecheck, stronger on pucks? Like, are you seeing a physical maturation in him?
Yeah, I think for sure too, and I think the key for him is just like wanting the puck and holding on to it. I think like down low, I mean, when he's got time and space, he can make a play. Like, he's world class. He's got, like, he's done it at every level. He's been able to score with time and space. It's making those plays with not as much space, not as much time, and I think he's learning how to, like, read off of us on the cycle where, sometimes you don't have to beat the guy one-on-one. You can give it to me or give it to Brett, and you're going to get it back. Like, it's about using each other and trying to work in those little areas where, in the NHL, you get closed off pretty quickly in the D zone. The defenders are really good. So I think it's just little things like that maybe not everyone quite notices, but I think he's been doing a great job at, kind of giving it and going and making plays in small areas, which keeps your shift and your cycle alive, and that's been allowing us to create more opportunities.
What did it feel like to win the game the way you did the other night?
It was awesome. I mean, I was, like, so happy for Lindy. He's, like, such a good team guy, and like, didn't play our best hockey, but played good enough to win, I think, and we played great in the third period, and 2 points matter in the NHL. This division we're in is pretty tough. You watch the scores every night. Everyone seems to be winning, so you got to win these games, get these 2 points, and obviously to do it at home in the last seconds, pretty dramatic, and great reaction from the fans, and you had a great call too, so it was fantastic.
I wasn't looking. What was it like on the bench?
I was halfway off the bench. I wanted to charge him. I was ready to let the bench go like it was a buzzer beater, but no, it was good. Everyone was fired up. I mean, especially like I said, a character guy that brings it every day. He blocks shots. He does everything, and then to see his raw reaction of his emotions is just fantastic. And all the boys are fired up for sure.